The question is the bill now be agreed to in principle. I call the member for Wollondilly.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. This bill before the House is an example of how serious we are as a government to restarting and rebuilding infrastructure for the New South Wales economy. And I know my friend for the member for Keir is very interested in hearing what I've got to say today. The coalition, once elected, set out the government's 100-day action plan to invest in essential infrastructure, and this bill is honouring our promise to the people of New South Wales. The aim of the Restart New South Wales Fund is to set aside funds to secure and build essential infrastructure that this state has been denied by 16 years of those opposite. My electorate of Wollondilly, and I'm sure many other electorates around New South Wales, have suffered dramatically with failed projects like public transport, roads and hospital upgrades. These failed projects rob New South Wales of our status as the #1 state in Australia. As we are all aware, the New South Wales Coalition Government was left with a black hole in the budget courtesy of those opposite. This economic tragedy and vandalism has had devastating effects on the economy, and vital infrastructure projects have been abandoned, resulting in a severe infrastructure deficit across the state, including my electorate of Wollondilly. After 16 years of Labor, the electorate of Wollondilly was left in desperate need for road upgrades in order to ease the congestion on the Rowell Road and to improve the safety of Picton and Appin roads. After 16 years of Labor, Wollondilly was also left in desperate need of sewerage in towns such as Buxton, Douglas Park, Wilton, Yandera and Bargo, with the latter being one of the largest towns in New South Wales without sewage connection. Labor's failure to deliver these vital infrastructure projects to our communities is entirely unjustified. Their inaction has resulted in hundreds of families suffering daily with the pressures of continually paying pump-out fees amidst general increases in the cost of living. Labor's failure has seen the severe degradation of our road systems. Many of the roads in Wollondilly are filled with potholes and the edges are crumbling. Many of our highways are dangerous with the unfortunate loss of life, a constant reminder that we need to do more for road safety. And I take this opportunity to thank Minister Gay for his recent visit to Picton Road, where the New South Wales Government committed an additional $12 million to ensure much-needed safety barriers will be installed. Furthermore, Mr Acting Speaker, our hospitals are in desperate need of upgrading after years of neglect. Thankfully, Minister Skinner, during the election, recognised how vital the local Campbelltown Hospital is to my electorate, as well as servicing the Greater South West region, and pledged an additional $40 million worth of upgrades. And I take this opportunity to thank the Minister for her continued support for the South West and Campbelltown Hospital, which is located in my electorate of Wollondilly. And I also note the presence of the Treasurer, and I know in the chamber today, and I know how much he has committed to the people of Wollondilly and to this great state. And we look forward to the budget coming up very shortly. These issues mentioned above demonstrate that infrastructure is a primary concern for the people of my electorate, and it's something that I'll continue to fight for. My electorate and many others like it are crying out for a bill such as this to lead us in the right direction. And I'm pleased to see our government's continued dedication to provide valuable infrastructure to communities across New South Wales through the introduction of the Restart New South Wales Fund. The Restart New South Wales Fund will work in conjunction with the Infrastructure New South Wales, as this government appreciates the importance of sound planning for infrastructure initiatives, as well as ensuring transparent and well-allocated funding. Mr Acting Speaker, Restart New South Wales is a major commitment that this government has made to all of the state, including regional New South Wales. The fund will enhance and provide funding for projects such as public infrastructure, roads and hospitals. A fund that will restart local and statewide social and economic infrastructure to ensure the future of New South Wales. Projects will include investment in freight, intermodal facilities and water to sustain the economic competitiveness of New South Wales. This bill stipulates that Restart New South Wales will be funded from and not limited to appropriations by Parliament and the budget process, including any money that is certified as windfall tax revenues in excess of budget forecasts and borrowings, including the issue of Waratah bonds to the people of New South Wales. Mr Acting Speaker, any additional borrowings used to help fund the Restart New South Wales Fund will not endanger the AAA credit rating commitment that this state currently holds. This government will ensure that 30% of funding will be reserved for non-metropolitan areas. This will be an open and transparent fund with an annual reporting detailing infrastructure investments made from the fund that will be released and audited by the Auditor-General. Mr Acting Speaker, this process means that funding will be fulfilled in a manner that ensures an open and transparent decision-making process. In conjunction with Infrastructure New South Wales, the Restart New South Wales Fund will provide the government with the ability to improve the identification, prioritisation and delivery of infrastructure developments. As a result, no longer will we see those cost blowouts, over-expenditures or worse still, $500 million spent on, without any work commenced before the project was scrapped under those opposite. This government will ensure that planning for infrastructure will be undertaken in a practical and positive way, engaging communities, and will not involve dictating to them as Labor has done in the past. For too long, the people of Wollondilly and Western Sydney have missed out due to Labor's incompetence and lack of vision, but now that will all change for the better. I commend the Premier and the Treasurer for their vision and involvement in ensuring that infrastructure has become a major priority of this government. I know that the Premier, as the Minister for Western Sydney, understands the need to address the infrastructure in Western Sydney. I know this because as the opposition leader and now as Premier, he's visited Wollondilly and the adjoining electorates of Camden and Campbelltown on numerous occasions, delivering on promises and meeting with my community. The Premier understands it, the Treasurer understands it, the government understands it, and I certainly understand it. It's about time Labor got it too. It's no wonder why the federal government would not deal with the former New South Wales Labor government on infrastructure projects. Yet it's more interested in dealing with this government as it recognises that this government will not waste hundreds of millions of dollars. They know this government will get on with the job of infrastructure delivery for this state, and that infrastructure will be a key element in making New South Wales #1 again. Madam Speaker, the promise to deliver infrastructure for the people of New South Wales through this bill will provide my community and the people of this great state with the essential infrastructure that has been lacking for too long. We promised we would, and now we are delivering for city and regional New South Wales. A good government is a government that acknowledges the need for proper infrastructure. A good government is one that plans accordingly. A good government is one that manages its finances. This, Mr Acting Speaker, is why I'm proud to be part of a Farrell-led government, and this is why I rise today to support the Restart New South Wales Bill. I commend the bill to the House.
The question is the bill now be agreed to in principle. I call the member for Smithfield.
Thank you.